Good evening and welcome to the Royal York Hotel, and a very warm welcome to you to the 2023 Canadian Journalism Foundation Awards, a night where we proudly celebrate champions of the truth. And as we enjoy our stately surroundings, I want to acknowledge that the land which we are congregating on tonight is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And this land is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. So to all tonight, we say welcome. It's wonderful to see you all. In case you didn't hear, I'm Farah Nasser. I anchor Global National. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very kind. And it is just an honor and a privilege to be with you here today. You know, since we last gathered, there have been stories that have moved us. There have been stories of heroes that have inspired us, and there have been, quite frankly, messages that have confused us. It has been a year of conflict. It's been a year of reflection. It's a year that inflation skyrocketed and interest rates followed. It's a year when drugstore shelves were bare and protesters occupied our national capital. It was a year when Ukrainian communities watched in horror as their home country was invaded and was decimated. It was a year when our climate continued to impact people across the globe in ways never before experienced. Human rights, hard fought by previous generations, no longer felt inalienable. A queen passed on, a king was crowned, a pontiff visited Canada and apologized to the Indigenous community for the horrific legacy of our residential school system. And these are just a few of the complicated and compelling stories that have surrounded us and that have affected us all. And while some of the world's major powers use evolving technologies as a weapon to exert influence and spread falsehoods, our fellow Canadians have often been left to wonder what is fact and what is folly. The motto at the Canadian Journalism Foundation, of which I am a very proud board member, is, "As journalism goes, so goes democracy." And our democracy is threatened as it never has been before. Journalists continue to face harassment, censorship, violence. Artificial intelligence engines populate our feeds with everything from near news to just outright disinformation. Bad actors work to dismantle the earned trust between journalists and their audiences. But tonight, we gather as friends, as competitors, and as colleagues. And we are all gathered here united in the knowledge that more than ever, there is an urgent need for fact-based journalism. And we gather tonight unified in the knowledge that there still is a market for the truth. So for this evening, we are going to relegate all the bad news of the day to the back page, and we are going to celebrate those among us who represent the very finest in our profession. We are going to meet and we are going to recognize some of our industry's exciting new voices. We're going to honor some of our industry's trailblazers. And we're also going to be inspired by some Canadian musical icons. Of course, tonight is the night that we celebrate the continuing career of Lisa LaFlamme. There's going to be a lot more of that later. This is just for now. And trailblazer Haroon Siddiqui. So, as you can see, my job is quite hard tonight. We have a lot to do. But before we get to that, I want to acknowledge our presenting sponsor, CIBC, for doing all it does to make tonight possible. So thank you very much, CIBC. And it is also my pleasure to share that thanks to the generosity of General Motors, tonight's evening is once again 100% carbon neutral. So thank you for that, General Motors. And also worth noting that this is the 15th year that Labatt has been our reception sponsor. So thank you, Labatt, for keeping the party going and for your continued support to the CJF Awards ceremony. We have an exciting contest as well for you tonight, and I hope this maybe inspires you to perhaps make a donation to the CJF's work. You'll have an amazing opportunity to take home several prizes, including 2 CEO seats to a Toronto Maple Leafs game, along with an autographed Austin Matthews jersey. Did somebody boo? Oh, it was a whistle. Okay. Okay, how about this one? 2 CEO seats to a Toronto Raptors game and a signed Fred Van Vliet jersey. Okay, all right, okay. And this one is the one I want, a travel package to wherever Porter flies. And yes, and a stay on the gold floor of this very lovely hotel. We're in the Fairmont Royal York. So please make a donation. You can learn more about our prizes using the QR code. There's a table card on your table that you can take to look at. And if in case you need a little bit more of a push, all donations are eligible for a tax receipt and proceeds for tonight. They go towards a really incredible cause to support more opportunities for CJF's Black Journalism Fellowship Program. So please take a look, at least take a look. If you're thinking about giving, just take a look at see some of the stuff that we do. Thank you in advance for your support.